Right, hey guys, my voice is absolutely died by the way, very ill. So, tournament report, this is for yesterday, so I didn't get to do this as I was, as you can tell my voice is absolutely dire, so after 4 rounds of locals I was not in the mood to kind of like do a talk. Yeah, as you can tell my voice actually went partway through, so I was just cracking like strepsils and side throat sweets, just to make my voice better. So I made it through, won locals, so that's fine. I was playing Goki, which is probably not a surprise, it's like the deck I've been running for about 5 weeks. So, only won due to like a misplay in someone interrupted one of the results and it kind of made everything skewed, which is kind of sucky, but hey, what are you going to do? So, that was fine. Went XO. First game played Ice Barrier. I went into my plays. I made Ava Max turn 1, and then left 2 Goku on the field. I didn't have any hand traps. I thought a Ava Max under IP Masquerade was going to be good enough. I got a level 11 Trished, so that was just pants. So yeah, not much I could do there. Just how it is. I drew nothing, and then I proceeded to lose. I just went to game 2, so that's fine. Can't say more for that. Game 1 of the games, I just completely wrecked face. There's nothing much you could do. He went to his plays, I negated it. I sided in Titanociders as I know the deck synchros a lot, so I just figure it's a good call. Negates the effect, and then just gives me a body to just smack very harshly with Gokis with finishing moves. So, as it is, great games. Good guy. He's really improved since like 2 times since I faced about nearly 3 weeks ago, so the guy's really getting better. So that was really good. Next game. So I have to go through this because it got changed. So that was my game, second round. First round was actually, against Despier Dark Lords. The guy didn't really know what he was roughly doing. He was kind of like just getting the deck for the first time, so that wasn't too bad. First game I bricked. Just went and just did stuff. Then I just ended up drawing 2. I had a Sheep Brigadier in my hand. I didn't really want to set it because I'd evenly matched in my hand. So I kind of just let evenly match go. Then I draw a second shade. I'm like, oh, for God's sake, this is terrible. I can't do anything because of evenly. So set both, set a Veiler, and I'm just like, I just have to let him smack me. So that sucked. But then I got into Redo and proceeded to beat the living hell out of him with Redoer. As Redoer with 2 trap cards is non-targeting removal. So again, really good. Then just proceed to go into Zeus and just shut down. Then I got into Ice Barrier. Then game 3, I got to my mate Joe, who plays Subterra, which is not ever a match I like looking forward to playing. Subterra is one of my more, I don't know what it is, I just get really intimidated by the deck because there's so much back row. There's so much negation, and just Fiendess is a pain to deal with because she can still work under Corby, who, for anyone who's ever seen a distant coder ruling with Farfa on it, and he's right, there's a way to get it around on Corby, so it's just annoying. So it's just really hard to deal with unless there's a counter trap. So, and I don't run those in that deck, so because I just don't like paying life points. I don't know what it is at the moment. I'm really against counter traps unless I'm playing counter fairies. I don't know why. It's just been a weird one. But yeah, game 1, just literally just went, made Ava Max, sat on that. He couldn't do anything. Then just went through my plays, just ended it quickly, and then just basically smacked him to death with a giant ogre that had finisher on it. That's what you got to do. It's just 8k to the face. There's not much you can do. And then game 2, he wins. He just basically goes first, sets up too much, and there's just too much interruption with Guru. I can't do anything. I can't set up any plays. I'm just stuck. So I've got no extenders. That's it. I'm done. So nothing bad. I can't complain. Third game. So on the third game, it's just pretty much a grind match. It really is just going on. I don't think there's anything good I can side. I know the only thing I can side is the call by. That's just it. I know it's like Fiendess can get around it, but I've just got to try my luck with it. That's the only thing I think about I sided in. So yeah, that was that. Round 4, which was where the F up came. Not from us, just the system. So I should have been facing my friend Jordan, who he went XO with Tri Brigade, which was really funny. It's like the two best decks at this locals were Tri Brigade, just pure Tri Brigade, which is the Rescue Cat variant, and me playing Goki, which is complete like tier 0.5 versus tier 2. So that's fine. Sorry guys, I'm just going out for a walk. So after that, I get the last game. I'm like, okay, who am I facing? And then it just turns out to be one of the newer players who come down, and he's playing Machina, and he's literally on XO as well at that point in time. So all three of us, he's gone undefeated, I've gone undefeated. So I was like, okay, fair enough. I thought that was fine because he's gone undefeated. So I thought this is kind of cool. But yeah, freaking hell. Had played Machina since back in like when during the 5Ds era. Last time I played Machina, so I'm like, I know what Fortress does, I know what Gear Frame does, I know a few of the others, but I don't know much of the new ones. I just remember that if you hit the search card, you just neg them like with D-draw. So I was like, okay, and I'm like, sugar, I sided up my ashes earlier on, so I'm like, I'm going to be in trouble with this. They're all big bodies, it's not going to be fun. Unfortunately for him, a lot of the Goki stuff's immune to activated card effects, so it just caused him too much pain to deal with. He couldn't deal with it. The monsters, he was just like, I destroy monsters. I'm like, okay, my monsters aren't destroyed, they're unaffected by card effects. There's a few quibbles, but he's a decent guy. He's like, I'm like, look, read the card. He's like, yeah, okay, oh, my bad. There's a couple of quibbles on rulings because Fortress, when it destroys itself, cannot target itself. And I had to query that out with judging with it's like if it's a copy of itself or it's just a different copy of itself in the graveyard. So it's like if there's two copies of itself, can it target the second one? I'm like, okay. So there's a few quibbles on rulings, which is not too bad. But at the end of the day, we do stuff, he sets up a board, I evenly match him. I wait for him to overextend, I just punish him for it. Then just proceed to beat him down. A couple of the days today, I'd say Blade Ogre's coming clutch because people really need to watch their zones where that thing is concerned. Because it's like, oh yeah, I'll put it here, and I'm just like, okay, going to Blade, Tribute, attack twice. And it's like, I'm sorry, you just literally just put it in the wrong zone, I'm just going to capitalise on it. Anyone who's playing against Goki, I would never say like put anything adjacent to our monster zone that's really good. Do not do it. Center or the two sides. Do not leave it in adjacent to our monster zone if you can help it. Because there's obviously certain situations where you can't. But I'd say that's my best advice against the deck. I think for the later on, I'm looking into siding in Gozen matches. Even though like my Verna Goki does play like you have a Zolde. You have Fireflint Lady. So you do have different attributes, but Gozen match is really good. Pardon me. Because going against something like Tri Brigade, you like they summon that you flip Gozen. That can end the turn. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. So yeah, that's the sandwich tech. The Gozen for the moment. I'm going to see how that works. Going old school with a Gozen match. So we'll see how that works. But you have to think there's loads of good stuff these days. You've got free Gozen, free rivalry, free there can be only one. So there's loads of different stuff. So we'll see how things go. I'm just looking forward to like the progression of the meta. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. So that was the report. Yeah, I've done quite well in terms of pricing. I pulled over this the 5 weeks of locals. So 6 weeks of locals. We've had 6 weeks here where I'm from now. So we're 6 weeks locals. I pulled 4 of those. I came second 1 week, and 1 week I just placed randomly. I got 1 draw and 1 loss, so I kind of placed really bad. But the guy I lost to won it, so it's like, and that was my only loss of the day, was to the guy who won. Draw, I just got stuck in time. Nothing I could do. That's kind of sad, but like I say, it's time rules. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't end the game, he couldn't end the game. It's just one of them. We have to deal with it. It's one of those. But I was looking at my prices I pulled, so I pulled a load of jank supers, as you do from packs, that's fine, janky supers. I pulled 3 ultras from normal packs, so I've got like a Despia fusion, one of those bee things, insect, whatever it is that everyone's loving at the moment. And then I pulled something else which is an ultra, which I can't remember. I did pull the Ulti Cyber. If anyone wants me to pull it out, I have got the Ulti Cyber. So Ulti Cyber Dragon is nice. Never going to run it. It's just sit there in a nice little top loader away from the light. So it's just there with my collection of like more kind of cute stuff that I like my last year's Gold Rare Dot Magician and Blue Eyes, an Ultimate Deco Talker, and then another Ultimate, and then a first edition printing of like some Shiny Jump promos. So just nice collector stuff that I like to keep just looking nice. So yeah, we're doing good. That was a cool thing. I did actually like to report that when I was going through Despia, they have, which I'd never saw on YouTube, but I don't know why. They have corrected the errata that the Despia ones, the Despia Stratos, searches branded cards and not Despia cards. That is also corrected on Neuron, which was nice to point out, which I thought was really cool. Just a shame that the guy had to pull out his phone, show when he got the card and summoned it, he had to go, right, pull us the light points, go, here you go, this, okay, yada yada yada, that's fine. I think I ended up getting called to one judge ruling at one point. We had a young guy playing it. It's not very often I get consulted, I just get told about the card stuff. And I think it was some guy was trying to do something with Crusadia, and then it was like, oh, I can negate this, but you can't, and yeah, it was fun. So that was hilarious. I'm like, I'm over the other side, and the judge is asking me a separate question. I go, okay, what deck? It's like, what are we dealing with? So he has to draw me a diagram, which is really funny, as I can't see the match because I'm in my own. But yeah, that's the local report. So yeah, I'm hopefully looking forward to the next week. Next week I will be taking down Pendulum, so I'm currently in the build of testing that. I'm looking for a side deck for this, and I think the only other deck I'm possibly looking into is Spriggan, just because I like the artwork for it. I think it's fun. So yeah, okay, thank you very much guys, see you in the next video, and thank you very much for watching.